Talking tonight with Halton's Chief of Police, Stephen Tanner. Chief Tanner, this shooting follows quite the devastating year when it comes to officers being killed in the line of duty. What have you been telling your officers today?
You know, we're very quickly trying to get the message out so that everyone's up to date, so that there are less rumors and more truth to the story that's being painted of the tragedy in Innisfil. And certainly it follows, as you mentioned, Nicole, very closely on the heels of the tragic shootings in Mississauga of the Toronto officer, Constable Hong, and of our victims, 2 murder victims in Milton, and a 3rd victim in Milton as well, just a couple of weeks ago. So, you know, our message is always do not take safety for granted. There are so many firearms, illegal firearms, out there on the streets and in the homes in all of our different jurisdictions. And no jurisdiction, no matter how big or how small, Toronto, Hamilton, Innisfil, Ingersoll, Woodstock, any community, officers are susceptible to extreme harm and extreme violence in some circumstances.
Today has definitely been a stark reminder of that, but following the death of Constable Hong, you spoke out about gun violence. Where are these guns coming from?
More and more and more. The violent crimes are being committed using illegal firearms, handguns in particular. And when handguns are used in a violent crime, approximately 90% of those handguns are sourced and traced back to the United States. So they're either being smuggled in, snuck into the country. There's many ways that is happening. Unfortunately, we have, as you know, an extensive international border. But our federal government and other players in that arena have to shore that up. We have to stop these handguns that are coming in from the United States. It's a huge problem, and it's a huge issue, and it's not easily solved. But again, 90% approximately of crime handguns are coming from the United States. I am not aware at this point in time of what type of firearm was used last night against these officers.
It's something I'm sure we'll be learning more about as the weeks go on. It will take time, as you know, with the Special Investigations Unit now on the case. But when you talk about the complexity of this issue, what more can the government do?
Provincially and federally, I think we need tougher laws in some instances when it comes to firearms. There was a shooting just within the last week, or an incident where a firearm and drugs were seized. I believe it was in Peel region. And that individual was out on bail for firearm-related issues. So, often Chief Dariappa and myself and Chief Raymer and others call for not only stricter sentences when it comes to the use of a firearm or the discharge of a firearm in the commission of an offense, but I would certainly like to see our justice system hold people more accountable and let people out on bail less often when there's been other crimes already committed with the use of a firearm.
Chief Tanner, thank you for taking the time to talk with us tonight.
Thank you, Nicole, and thank you for covering this tragic story in Innisfil. It's unbelievable for a small service in a small town to have 2 officers murdered in one instance. Just a terribly sad situation for everyone, citizens and police alike.